welcome to the She Shoots podcast, Women Empowering Women in the Shooting Community, Season 3, Episode 32, Locked and Loaded, covering the theme of careers. My name is Regina Ruiz-Ordóñez, and I'm from the Canadian University Shooting Federation. And joining me today, as always, are Deneen Tomlin and Casey Gavinchuk from Lady Guns, and Kelly Melanson from Maple Seed Project, Sunfire Radio, and CCFR Women's Program. And let's start by thanking our sponsors. Thank you to Cabela's Canada Outdoor Fund, positively shaping the future of the outdoor. Every cent donated by rounding up at checkout goes towards helping Canadian organizations just like ours. Beretta, family-owned and operated since 1526. Vortex, the best in optics, and Canada First Ammo. If you have any questions or comments throughout the show, make sure to leave them in the chat box below. Doing so will automatically enter you in the draw for today's giveaways. Today we have a She Shoots t-shirt, a Canada First Ammo prize pack, and 2 Bullet Shop steel water bottles. So that's it for me. Up for Deneen and Kelly to introduce our guests for today.
Thank you, Regina, and hello, Kelly, and hello, Colleen. We're very excited tonight to have Colleen Piper as our guest, and we're going to learn all about her career path in the bullet shop. So I have the honor, Colleen, of running a little bit through your bio, and then Kelly and I are going to get into asking you the tough, hard-hitting questions. So okay. Here we go. A little bit about Colleen Piper. Colleen's desire for shooting came at an early age. Her family hunted like most families back in the day, and shooting was put on the back burner as she grew older. Then she met Ed, her husband now of 44 years, and their love of outdoors had them hunting together. It sounds like you hunted everything from waterfowl and birds to big game animals, and you even stole his 270 Ruger bolt-action rifle, which you still use today. And even your sons got involved with hunting as well. So I love the pivot here in your bio, because your passion for IPSC started when you went to the Calgary Gun Show, or also known as the Easter Gun Show, in 2004. There was a booth with a couple of guys, and they really wanted to sell you on IPSC, and your interest was totally sparked. So 2 years later, IPSC came to the Brooks Pistol and Small Bore Club. And in 2006, in the spring, yourself and your lovely husband, Ed, took your black badge course. And in 2007, you competed at the provincial. So now you've got a hobby called IPSC, and it's costing you money. So what do? Of course, you buy a remanufacturing handgun ammunition company. So I think that I'm looking forward to hearing all about this. So you bought the Bullet Shop in 2008. Then you've seen your business growing leaps and bounds. And I like to add your comment that you and Ed are truly blessed. You feel truly blessed to be able to do something you're passionate about, to help fellow competitors earn national titles through sponsorship. There's some name dropping here. We'll talk about them later. Amanda Fisher and Justin Thompson. Shout out to them, who have won top production lady and optics on the national teams. And Colleen, you started to compete in 2006. You've held on to top lady in Alberta. You've achieved top lady in standard, Alberta provincials, and Canadian nationals, as well as top production optics lady in Alberta. So I think that you've got such a long list of credentials. You've got a beautiful company, a great family story. And I love that you and Ed love the industry and love the people in IPSC and watching everybody work hard. So you've got the smiles, the laughs, and the tears are all part of the wonderful world called IPSC. So let's talk about that tonight, Colleen. Thank you for being our guest.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Kelly, over to you. The hard-hitting question.
Sure. Okay. All right. Please let me know if you cannot hear me. I seem to be buffering a little bit. So welcome. Welcome, Colleen. It's super exciting to have you here tonight. We've been looking forward to having you on. I also saw through your bio that there's so much information. Our usual first question is, tell us a little bit about yourself. I think that we got quite a bit already from your bio. So let me ask you exactly where your company is, and tell us about the company itself. So you are manufacturing of ammunition. So tell us a little bit about that. Where are you located?
We are located actually just outside a little hamlet called Rainier, Alberta. It is just, yeah, it would be just southeast or southwest of Brooks, Alberta. Yeah, so it's out on our acreage. So it's nice and close, yeah.
And when did you start that company again? Do you want to remind everybody? I know it was in the bio, but when did you start that?
Yeah, it was 2008 when we actually started the company. And we had the opportunity, yeah, to purchase the equipment in 07, but it took us a year to get our federal remanufacturing license. So once that was in place, then we could start implementing.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Did you start it because you needed ammo?
Yeah, because no,
question.
actually, yeah,
Did you need
yeah,
to budget?
yeah. Well, actually, our passion for shooting kind of spent our bank account. So we thought, well, we need something to help us so we can continue the sport we're so passionate about. And it just came up that the opportunity in 2007, this reloading company from, I think it was Burnaby, BC, was closing down. So we purchased that company and brought it back to Alberta and started running our business in our garage.
So I need to know what's a remanufacturing company? Remanufacturing.
A remanufacturing company?
Yeah.
It's a reloading company, but we just call it a remanufacturing company. Just sounds, it's the same as reloading, it just sounds a lot better.
No, and that's fine. I just wanted our listeners to know that this is different than a manufacturer's ammo, that you are doing a reload and you are taking brass. And so tell us a little bit about the process.
Okay, so with the process of us loading our ammunition, we source out once fired brass. We like to try and keep the cost down for the competitive shooters, so we really do a lot of sourcing on our components. So we get our once fired 9mm brass out of Calgary. We get our total metal jacket projectiles out of Quebec. And we get our high-tech projectiles out of a company in Strathmore called Penner Precision Projectiles. And that's just a new little company that just started up here last year. So we really like to try and keep everything within Canada for our products. So we're totally Canadian, right?
Love that. Love that. And how long does the process take? And how many rounds can you guys produce?
So now in an hour our machines, we've got commercial Camdex machines that we use to load and to also use to process the brass. We can run it at about 3,500 rounds per hour. So we can get a lot of rounds completed in a pretty big hurry. So it's an actual commercial reloading outfit. So not just your little 1050 or whatever where you're on the hand or And like I said, it is federally licensed. So we are inspected once every year to make sure that we're staying up with all of our procedures and policies and stay within the rules and regulations. So
what calibers do you reload?
We reload 9mm, 40 cal, and 45. We don't sell a whole lot of the 45 anymore because it's just gotten so costly. And same with the 40 cal. So we're selling an awful lot of 9mm.
And with the changes in Canada's handgun laws, but the increase in 3-gun, how have you seen your business change, if at all?
Well, we didn't do much for the 3-gun, but we did do like with the handguns, right? And it's terrible, the impact. The ripple effect could become economically crippling to some of these communities that depend on our matches, right? Our economic impact, and this is just with one range, our range, the Brooks Pistol Club. We had an impact done in 2021 because we were looking for grants. But the direct impact of our year of shooting, of bringing matches in, was just a little over $500,000. The total impact was a little over $1 million for that year. So that's just our one little range. So it's not just us, it's everybody that's being affected, right down to, your taxi drivers, to your waitresses and that. So yeah. And I know, like, when the bottom fell out of the economy, the businesses in Brooks look so forward to our IPSC matches because of what we brought into the community. Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty sad. And some of the small business owners like ourselves, Ed and I are a little more fortunate. We have another company that we have as well, so we're not directly dependent on the bullet shop. But still, it's unsellable now because they have put the mandate on the handgun, saying no, you cannot transfer handguns anymore. Our 9 mil is going really well because of the PCC, the pistol caliber carbine. So that's been very helpful to our company. But some of these business owners that are out there that were keeping supplies of parts and that, it's very sad to watch them lose their business and not ever get anything back out of it. It's very sad.
Thank you for sharing that and letting people know firsthand your position and your opinion on what's been going on, or the impact in it from it, I should say. So
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. You were telling Ed to go get something, probably.
I was. I said,
you need a drink. Is what it looks like.
Yeah,
I was telling them to go get the water bottles, Ed.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So before we transition to the next question, I just realized it's kind of funny. So this is episode 32, and the first time I shot a match was the Brooks 32 special, and you and Ed were shooting at it. So I just thought that was kind of funny. Just realized that. So anyway, back to the real question.
Okay. Absolutely. That's amazing. That is amazing.
Yeah. Coincidental. I thought that was kind of funny. So for all of those folks out there, those PCC folks, those IPSC folks, anybody looking for 9 mil, do you have a retail outlet? Do you sell online? How do you sell your product to the gun community?
We sell online. We do have a website where you can go to and actually order online. It will be getting updated here shortly. I hadn't visited for a while, and I visited just before this show, and I went, it needs some work. So, but they can go online on our website, or they can get a hold of us at matches. We're usually, one of us are wearing our Bullet Shop shirt. They can find us anywhere on the range. So there's not too many matches that we miss. So yeah, and that's where we usually do. We try to keep the shipping down for the shooters. Shipping costs on ammo is just horrendous. So we'll take ammo to matches, and they'll pick up from there if we have business in Calgary or whatever. And we do have our sponsored shooters that have our ammo that they can distribute in their areas as well, which really helps.
Wonderful.
Outstanding.
Do you want to talk a little bit about your sponsored shooters? Who are you sponsoring right now, and your ambassadors? So,
okay, well, our sponsored shooters are we have a lady called Amanda Fisher. She's
wonderful lady.
She is. She's a beautiful lady. I had the opportunity to meet Amanda when she started first shooting, and I've watched her become a national champion. She got top lady in production in Canada this year, and we were there at the awards. It was such an amazing feeling to watch her get that award.
And we've had the privilege of interviewing her as well, and she was able to connect you to us for tonight's show. So it's a small world. Absolutely.
Oh, it is. Yeah. And so Amanda kind of does the social media. She's trying to get on me to do my own. She does a lot for us. So I am getting there. It's just taking time, patience, right? And to learn. So we also have another sponsored shooter. His name is Justin Thompson. Now, we just picked him up here last year, year before. And he was on the production optic teams, the gold team for Alberta, and they took gold for nationals this year.
Wonderful.
So that was awesome. Yeah, and he shoots either PCC or production optics. He's fast, he's accurate. He helps out at his local ranges with different events, putting on IPSC matches. Yeah, just a really good, solid guy.
Wow.
We have another sponsored shooter that we have. His name is Scott Penner. And it's kind of funny because now he's the owner of Penner Precision Projectiles, the projectiles that we actually use when we reload, right? But he's another amazing shooter. He actually was top standard shooter in Alberta for a few years, taking top standard Canadian nationals. I'm not sure which year it was. He left the shooting scene for a while and he came back shooting PO, but when the PCC caught his eye, he's really taken off with that and really loving that. So, yeah, we got some really good shooters, but not only are they good shooters, but they're also great personalities. Great personalities. So that makes a huge difference in picking out our sponsors when we were looking at that, right? So we wanted somebody that their personality, integrity, their achievements, just how approachable they are from other shooters. Because there's a lot of shooters out there, the new shooters, that really look up to these up and coming and top shooters, right? And it's so nice to see these top shooters stop and take the time and answer the questions and be personable and get the pictures with them. So it's becoming a very popular sport, actually, even in the midst of them trying to squash it. So yeah.
Well, and thank you for sharing that, because there's probably a lot of up and coming shooters that might want to be sponsored, or they would like to be noticed. And so it's important for those young shooters, maybe they're old shooters, but new shooters, older by age, but and maybe these words of advice as to what kind of a personality you're looking for will help them when approaching various companies. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're very welcome.
So those are the types of things that you're looking for your sponsored shooters. Sounds like you have. I think it goes back to the company and the owners of the company as well when you're looking at that. If people are interested in maybe potentially working in a collaborative effort or sponsorship, are they able to reach out to you?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Where can they do that? I know I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but
no, that's okay. They can actually just reach out to me through an email or through a text. Both of our phone numbers are on there as well. Some people prefer text, some prefer the email. So either or, they can find that on our website. So that would be the Bullet Shop, www.bulletshop.net.
Well, that's fantastic. And I agree with you. You have some really good representation and really great personalities. Amanda Fisher is a personal friend of mine as well. So you picked a good one there. So I just have to say that.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
So we talked about some of the impacts in the handgun legislation, but just the total opposite of that as well. We're finding that people will pivot here in Canada, and we've seen that as well. You mentioned it. So the PCCs, that's actually helping to support your business because people are changing to that. So particularly when we're talking about the challenges with rifle calibers, people are doing 3-gun and they're now actually picking up or they're IPSC and they're picking up the PCC. So do you think that's offset some of your business as well?
Oh, yes, definitely. Most definitely. The PCC, some of them are pretty finicky rifles. So my husband's able to perfect some rounds so they will run consistently in some of these guns. Like there's certain brands of guns that don't like, they won't run properly on certain types of projectiles or loaded ammunition. So he's been working with actually Scott Penner and Justin Thompson, and they worked out a really nice PCC round. So it's out on the market, and we just have to get people to realize it's out there. And
well, so hopefully this discussion will help
Yes, hopefully.
Just to reiterate, the Bullet Shop, for those of you who are listening, the Bullet Shop now has a new custom PCC load. So,
there you go.
There you go.
Exactly.
It's official.
Yeah, there you go. It's official. It's out there. Yeah, come and find either Ed and I at a match, and we'll definitely give you the load. Yeah.
So, how many matches do you guys usually attend a year as competitors, Colleen?
Oh my gosh. Lots. We're actually always on the road. If there's a match, we're going to it. So usually there's 4 matches a month. Like we're hitting everyone. If I don't go, then Ed goes, or if he doesn't go, I go. Yeah, we just bring our product with us. We love the sport so much, and it's become such part of us now. And even the people have become part of us. So, yeah, so it'll be winding down here. We actually have a match in Lethbridge this coming weekend. And we also have a match coming up in Camrose the following weekend. So we'll be traveling to those 2 as well. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So people can go watch, they can go buy some ammo. They can go talk to your sponsored shooters if they're happening to be there as well, and learn some of the tips and tricks.
Yeah, actually our sponsored shooter Justin is putting the match on this weekend in Lethbridge.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so it'll be awesome to go to that match for sure. So yeah,
outstanding.
So they can come and see us in Lethbridge, and if they can't see us in Lethbridge, they can sure come and see us in Camrose as well. So, and I'm thinking that Camrose will probably be the last match winding down for the IPSC season. So, yeah.
Excellent. So, Kelly, you look like you had something to say. I was going to pivot to women in shooting sports, but I'll let you go.
Before we get there, I just wanted to talk about again going back to your reloads, and getting people to actually check out your site. Can you tell us a little bit about the cost effectiveness of buying remanufactured as opposed to actually match ammo?
Yeah, well, we find that oh my gosh, now Ed's the one that does all this figuring. But even just between, he does. The cost effectiveness is quite huge. Like I don't follow how much rounds are worth in the stores, but we usually sell by 250 rounds, 500 rounds to 1,000 rounds. So our bulk prices are very reasonable, very, very reasonable. And now we have 2 different projectiles that we load with, like I'd mentioned earlier. We have the TMJs. They're a little more costly just because of what the product is, and they're also shipped from Quebec. The high-tech ones, which are just an amazing round, is a lot less cost just because we just have to drive to Strathmore, so we're cutting down a lot of the shipping costs right there. So, and it's a little bit cost effective to even build because it is just a coated round. It's not like a plated round. So, yeah, it's a really good round. We shot with it when the previous owner owned it. There was a lot of people in IPSC shooting it. It was called JTT projectiles, and then Ian decided that he had different. He took a different path, so he shut his company down, and Scott picked it up here last year, and he started it up again. And a lot of the shooters are very, very happy to see that back on the market, just because of the cost effectiveness of it. It runs, even with our loaded stuff, it runs about $20 a thousand less than the TMJs. Some shooters like it, some don't. Some say it gives off a little too much smoke. Some people say they don't notice it. Some of the indoor ranges don't like you to use it because of the smoke. But I don't know. It's all shooter preference, right? So, yeah.
Cost savings are a good lead in, and depending on which pistol you're shooting and whether indoors or outdoors, maybe you need a different load. Now, do you guys do custom loads for shooters who have large volume?
Yes, we do. Actually, we do. Ed just cleans it up a little bit, so their power factors are
Right.
very, very consistent. So especially the top shooters that buy from us. Yeah. And going to these other matches. And plus our ammo has also been used for match ammo at provincials, numerous provincials in Alberta.
Okay.
So we're hoping, yes, we're also hoping nationals is coming to Taber, Alberta next year. So
Very nice.
yeah, so being this close, we're hoping to get to include match ammo for nationals in that. So we're working on that with the Taber range. So we'll see what happens there.
That would be super exciting.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I have one more question.
Yes, absolutely.
The more that we talk about it, the more that this is bringing up questions for me. So if you're going to be using it as match ammo, hopefully for the provincials, so the tolerances and the consistency that you have. So for remanufacturing, do you think that your ammo has more consistency in it than perhaps some of the match ammo that's, coming from manufacturers that may not have that quality control?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ed is the only one that does the loading. Nobody else does. So
Okay.
he's very, very careful on how he loads and the way he loads, right? So yeah, he's there constantly. So constant to QC on that. And then as well as the packaging, I do the packaging. I check every round. I do miss a couple here or there. I'm human, so I do. But it's all hand done. We do everything by hand. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And that speaks volumes because for anybody who's seen or been to a large ammunition manufacturing facility, the QC is good, but it's not hand selected by Colleen, right? So it's a totally different type of treatment, and then it reduces the price. So, and then you're supporting local. So as Regina mentioned at the top, the theme for today's interview, Colleen, was careers, and it sounds like you guys have really made an interesting move and a great one for shooters in the community to find and source something that's local and basically hand produced. So I love that. I love that.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Yeah.
So while we've been chatting, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It must be just a bit of a delay there. Sorry.
Yeah.
While we've been chatting, I'm seeing all the Facebook comments come up, and there's all women that are commenting about how amazing you are, how amazing the ammo is. And so I'd like to pivot. I'll do some shout outs. Laura Seitz, Kathleen Luton, Debbie Schubert-Voss, and Lynn Eid, maybe. So thank you, ladies, for all your comments. It's just, we are She Shoots, and it's about women who shoot. And this is obviously all being watched tonight by a bunch of your friends and your colleagues and your fellow shooters. So if we can pivot, Colleen, to women in the shooting sports. You've been doing it since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your experience with women in IPSC and shooting, and just let us know what your experience has been.
Oh my. The experience has just been amazing. It's such a good sport to be in. When I first started shooting, and actually one of the ladies that commented on Facebook, Debbie, her and I took our black badge course together. And her and I are the only ones left shooting out of that group of ladies that took that course. So that's amazing. Ladies in shooting, it has expanded so much. When we started, I think it was 25 ladies that were in the IPSC shooting. Now it's blossomed over 56 of us now. It's amazing to watch some of these ladies, how they feel so empowered when they're shooting and they're competing, and just the way they hold themselves. It's just amazing to watch them transform, right? It's awesome. It's awesome. And they try so hard, and it's great for me, and I imagine Debbie too, that we're not just the few lady shooters out there, but some of these ladies that are there now, they're hardcore competitors, and they've got a lot of the guys even watching over their shoulder or watching these ladies pass them. So yeah, it's amazing to watch these ladies. And the more
Thank
ladies
you.
we can get, the more ladies we can get into the sport, the better it'll be. Yeah.
So I think you just answered my next question, but what's the camaraderie and the support like amongst the women in the IPSC shooting circles?
It's good. It's very good. Very supportive. Very, very supportive. If some of them are having a bad day, they talk amongst themselves. Sometimes it won't be until the next day or whatever, but they do still talk amongst themselves on how they can improve or what they can do, or, I really bummed out on that stage, and you're just there to comfort them and tell them, you know what, don't sweat the small stuff. This is just one stage, move on, go on to the next one. Even into our, not just the female shooters, but the male shooters too. They're very supportive, and everybody's there for each other. It's an amazing sport. It truly is. And it's so nice to see the male shooters welcome the female shooters. So, so hopefully we'll see some more female shooters, even if they're going to be shooting PCC, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
and you're right. I do see that.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we get more of those women out?
How do we get more of those women out? We just keep doing more ladies days. We promote the sport as much as we can. We used to keep so quiet about it because we didn't want the government to take our guns away. We didn't want the government stomping on us. Well, you know what? They're stomping on us anyways. So we might as well get the word out and show people that what we do is a sport. We're athletes. We're not out there just, throwing rounds down range. And people that do come and actually watch what we do, they're so intrigued and very tweaked, like interested. They want to know more and more, and how can they get in the sport, and that. And now being a little bit harder with the PCCs, right? So they're not shooting a handgun anymore. Sad, because some of these people will never have that opportunity, which we have. So, yeah.
Never say never. There's an election looming, Colleen. Never say never.
I know. I'm biting my tongue. I often thought, when the government starts to fear the people need to fear the government. Right. I don't know. Yeah. So I will be glad after this next election as well. I hope. Fingers crossed.
Absolutely. I love the last few comments about it being a family atmosphere and sisters in shooting. I think that's how the four of us at She Shoots found each other. And and we're happy to have you, Colleen, in the She Shoots family. You're an alumni now after tonight.
Oh, awesome. Yay. Yay.
Yay. The other thing I love is that if you're legal, you're part of the club, and it doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter the color of your hair. Shooting is fun. It's safe. It's family. So, So,
and
you've been doing it for a while. I think it was 2006 or so.
Yeah. For about 19 years. Yeah.
What's it like to be?
Oh, I didn't hear the last.
I was going to say, what's it like to be somebody that's been around for a few years and helping the younger girls and the younger shooters up and through the programs?
It's it's amazing. It gives you such a feeling of self. How can you put it? When you see a lady pick up a handgun for the first time who's just terrified because of all the misinformation she's been given, right? And you go through the procedures of how to do safe gun handling. And she shoots that first round and she stops and she turns and she looks at you and she gives you that biggest smile. It's so empowering. I so enjoy it because it helps to show people who they really are, and that they can have confidence and they can do things that they thought they would never be able to do. So yeah, it is. It's really empowering to watch people go from kind of slumped shoulders onto the range to coming off with their shoulders back and standing up, broad shoulders and high, and really feeling good about themselves because of what they did that day. So yeah, we need more programs like that.
Yeah,
my husband is
totally
waving
agree.
goodbye. Yeah. So if we can get more of that, we're getting more and more. We're getting more and more lady shooters. A lot of the other ranges are starting to put on Ladies' Day, which is good. When we put our first Ladies' Day on in Brooks, we didn't realize it was going to be such a big hit, and we ended up with something like 90 ladies show up for the first day.
Wow, that's awesome. That's amazing.
It was very awesome, but we were all scrambling, very much so. So, yeah. So it was pretty interesting. But yeah, we had 90 ladies, and now we had, out of those 90 ladies, we picked up probably 3 or 4 that shoot with us. So
Wonderful.
I think these programs, we just have to keep working on them and word of mouth and bringing them to the range and showing them that it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree with that. And that's also why we're doing She Shoots as well, to try and introduce more women to shooting. So
yeah, because a lot of them don't know, right? They don't know what we have to offer, whether it's in the IPSC shooting or clays or whatever, right?
Any discipline. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, Colleen, can you do me a favor? Can you tell us? Can you tell us again where people can find your product, and also where they can touch base with you, whether it's through social media or get a hold of you?
Okay, yep. They can actually go to our website, www.thebulletshop.net. Everything is on there. They can get a hold of me through Facebook, through the Bullet Shop Facebook page. They can either email me at the email on those that's on the Facebook page or on our website, or they can also text us, because I know some people prefer to text, so they can text us with any questions and concerns, and we'll get back to them and see what we can do for them.
That's fantastic. Any final words for those ladies who may be a little trepidatious about, trying out IPSC or even just going to the range?
Yeah, try it. You don't know what you're missing. You just have to try it. You really, really do. And I feel that when we brought the Ladies' Day, we didn't allow any of the husbands or anything to be with the ladies when they were shooting. And it made a huge difference. It really did, because the ladies were a lot more relaxed, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're scared, find one of these Ladies' Days. I know they put them on in Lethbridge. I'm hoping that we'll have them again in Brooks. I don't know if you want to travel all the way up to Fort Mac, but if there's people listening today, Fort Mac also puts on Ladies' Day at their Fish and Game Club. So, yeah, there's lots of programs that these ladies can get into if they really want to try, or find out when a league night is at a club. Usually on our league nights, there's a few of us that are shooting. Somebody comes in, wants to see what it's about. We talk to them about it. If they want to try the handgun, we're standing there. We help them, let them use our handgun, and we plant that seed, right? And that's all it takes, is that little seed to get planted. And,
you're absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Little love and nurturing, that seed will bloom.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like I said, I've watched so many of these shooters grow over the years. It's just amazing. Like kids that started when they're 12, and now they're 21, 22, they're married, and they've turned into such wonderful, amazing people. So
that's absolutely true.
That's one of the things I love with Amanda Fisher's social media. As her kids have gotten older and taken their license, she shared that with all of us. You really see the shooting family, the family atmosphere, the encouragement, the growth. It's kind of cool. So
exactly. That's why Amanda's my social page, because I don't do social media so well. So Amanda does a good job, doesn't she?
She does.
She's teaching me. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much again, Colleen, for coming on.
Well, thank you.
happy to have you here. Super happy to have another lady that supports Canadian shooters, especially Canadian female shooters, and incredibly happy to have a company and somebody who can find a career in the shooting sports here in Canada. So thank you again for coming on. So,
well, thank you for having me.
We're going to turn it over to Rahina, I think, because we have some prizes to give away.
Okay.
And questions, do we not?
No questions this time. There's been a lot of comments, but
a lot of comments.
There's been no questions.
Just a lot of praise and love coming this way. That's all.
Oh, that's
Which
awesome.
is,
Thank you, peeps.
Looks like looks like everyone is such an admirer of yours, Colleen. You have built a really good reputation. Just have to say that.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I'm surrounded by such wonderful people. It makes that very easy to do, right? Yeah. We've got some amazing people out there. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think it's time to give out some prizes. Okay. So how about we start with the Bullet Shop Still water bottles?
Okay, so
we got 2.
Yes, we have 2. Yeah, I tried to get my husband to grab them, and he brought me a bottle of water. So I don't have them to show you. Sorry. But yes, I have 2. They're really nice water bottles. Believe me, you'll really appreciate them. Yeah.
Okay, so our first winner is Lynn Ed.
Oh, okay, Lynn Edie.
Edie. Pardon.
Perfect. Congratulations. And here's our second water bottle winner.
Our second water bottle winner. Tongue twister is Debbie Schubert-Bass.
Oh, I know both of them. Those are my shooting ladies. Okay, you know what, guys?
So then you could just hand them the water bottles.
Yeah, exactly. Easy shipping.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. At the next match.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, awesome. So let's now go ahead and do the She Shoots t-shirt and see who gets to represent us now.
All right. So our winner is Kathleen Lutton.
Yay. Congratulations.
Woo-hoo.
Okay,
so
sorry.
Kathleen's on Facebook. She's got to reach out to me. The Lady Guns and let me know how we can get that to you.
Yeah, so we'll just need your t-shirt size and probably your shipping information, and then Deneen will send that right out to you. And then the last thing will be our Canada First Ammo prize pack. So who is the lucky winner of that one?
And that is Laura Sitz.
Yay!
Congrats, Laura.
Also a She Shoots alumni. She's been our guest as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, well, congratulations to all our winners. And if you didn't win today, just make sure to come and listen to the live episode next month and see if you win a prize next time. So other than that, let's quickly move on to our upcoming events. But before I go to my upcoming events, Colleen, do you have any upcoming events you want to talk about?
Actually, the only thing that we've got coming up is a match in Lethbridge on this coming weekend, and then we have a match, level 3 match in Camrose. So if anybody wants to come and watch and check it out and see what we do and how we do it, you're more than welcome to come to these ranges. Please bring your safety glasses and ear protection. You'll require that before coming onto the range. So, but that's about it.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so then I'll go ahead and do the CUSF announcements. Same as always, so if you're interested in volunteering for the CUSF, just send us a message at submissions@cusf.ca and let us know why you're interested in volunteering and maybe what area of volunteering you would like to do. We are looking for any type of expertise and backgrounds, and if you have nothing, just a good attitude will be good to have as well. And also, if you're a student at a Canadian university that doesn't currently have a University Gun Club, also send us an email at submissions@cused.ca and we can help you with getting a club started at your university. That will be all for me, Kelly Mapleseed.
So this past weekend we did 2 lady seats, and that's it for this year, I believe. I don't have any scheduled after this past weekend, but we have several maple seats that are still going to be happening. You can find out where by going to our website, mapleseedrifleman.com, and check that out. We have mostly in Ontario and a few in BC. And I think that's it. But go out and have a look. If your club is interested, or if you're interested, reach out to us at info@mapleseedrifleman.com. Let us know where you are, and we could try and set up an event for you in your area. So that's it for me, I guess. Yep.
Okay,
what about you, Deneen?
I'm going to use this opportunity to do a shout out. Now, in the background, the She Shoots team have been building out our guests for the rest of the year, and we're already planning into the next one. And I had the honor of being a guest today at the Canadian Criminal Justice Academy's inaugural opening.
Nice.
And they are going to be our guests. And I got to meet 2 of the lady students who plan to be in law enforcement, young 18-year-old girls who have taken a 20-month course to get their diploma. So they're going to join us with the founder of the CCGA. And so I'm looking forward to that. So I just wanted to give them a shout out, the inaugural grand opening, and all the beautiful people in uniform talking about their career choice in law enforcement and criminal justice. So we're looking forward to having them as a guest. And I just wanted to give them a bit of a shout out, and we're looking forward to that.
Yeah, so keep your eye on our social media so you know which episode that will be, so you don't miss it. Okay, so other than that, once again, thank you so much, Colleen, for being here today. It was awesome talking to you. And I'll just go ahead and thank our sponsors. So thanks so much to Cabela's Canada Outdoor Fund, Beretta, Vortex, and Canada First Ammo. If you liked today's episode, please leave us a like and follow us on so you don't miss out on any of our episodes. You can watch us on YouTube and Facebook, or you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. If you liked our message and would like to learn more about our programs, check out our websites at cusf.ca, ladyguns.ca, and mapleseedrifleman.com. To support us and get some additional perks, check out our membership programs. Thank you all for tuning into the She Shoots podcast, Season 3, Episode 32, Locked and Loaded. Make sure to join us on October 8th for the next episode of the She Shoot podcast at our regular time. And keep an eye out on our social medias for the next episode announcements. A little bird told me that we will have a returning guest for the next episode. So thank you all and have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks.